Well, thanks a lot, Gargi. We are here at the Ambedkar Memorial in Lucknow. And if Ajmal Jami, my colleague, can pan across and show you the beautiful Ambedkar Memorial here. And right next to it, draped in yellow, the elephant statues ordered by the Election Commission, which perhaps Mayawati is trying to build into an election plank. How monuments and statues erected by the BSP government have been covered, ordered by, perhaps targeted by opponents like the Congress party. This is the kind of election UP is all about, Gargi, and perhaps this also shows that in UP elections is a huge big fair, perhaps where all kind of issues do play around. Caste is perhaps the most important one. But right now what we can talk about is that in 55 constituencies, the first phase of polling for 403 odd seats in Uttar Pradesh has been underway since 7 o'clock in the morning. Polling was extremely sluggish in the morning, right across the Tarai belt and the eastern Uttar Pradesh areas where polling had to start at 7 o'clock in the morning. It rained and it rained and it rained in the morning so heavily that in several booths across this region, we found our reporters telling us that there was virtually not one voter. But then things changed. Around 9 o'clock, the clouds started dispersing, and then reports started coming in that polling had climbed up to nearly 16 to 17%. And what we are now hearing, that polling is much, much better. Politicians and the Election Commission certainly will be hoping that in this round, and also as far as the 12.5 crore voters of Uttar Pradesh are concerned, they should come out and poll heavily so that the verdict is free, fair. Importantly, this time around, a huge infrastructure has been put in place by the Election Commission to ensure that elections are free and fair. And as we saw at all the polling booths, there was presence of police and paramilitary forces to ensure that everybody is allowed to vote. Extremely crucial area, the region for the BSP, primarily because of the fact that out of 55 odd seats, the BSP walked away with 32 in 2007. Samajwadi Party can hope to do much better this time, riding on the factor that there is no Kalyan Singh alive around as an ally with the Samajwadi Party to take away the Muslim vote. The Congress is hoping for a better chance, primarily because Rahul Gandhi has worked extensively in this area, has held many rallies, and also that several people from other parties like the Samajwadi Party, including Mr. Beni Prasad Verma, a senior leader, has walked out of the Samajwadi Party, is now a minister at the centre. The Kurmi vote, perhaps the Congress would be hoping, because of Beni Prasad Verma, would come to the Congress party. Then there is always also the BJP, which fared dismally last time around, 3 seats merely, but it will hope that it will do better. Anand Zanana has been in Barabanki, where all the action is happening. He was wet and drenched in the morning. Perhaps, Anand, you might have dried up and polling might have picked up.
Well, certainly, Rahul, and I'll just ask my camera person to just pan and show you the visuals that we see out here right outside that polling booth, where just a short while ago the Barabanki MP PL Punia cast his vote, and as you can see, the queue has increased in its length, and it is something that is perhaps a positive sign for all these parties like the Congress and the Samajwadi Party that have been counting on large voter turnouts to actually perhaps make some kind of a significant impact as far as their increases in respective vote share percentages is concerned. So clearly things are looking up now as far as voter turnout is concerned. People coming out now in large numbers. Also, interestingly, just a short while ago there was this group of people that had come from this particular locality, which is called the Kashiram Shahri Awas Yojana, which is not far from where we are standing right now. And clearly, these are people who have benefited from the state government scheme of providing housing for the urban poor, and they were here in large numbers to cast their vote. So voting, as you pointed out, now picking up gradually, and perhaps these numbers will increase in the days ahead, because throughout the day, I beg your pardon, and because a crucial time was lost from about 7 to about 9:30 in the morning, when there was a heavy downpour even in Barabanki, which was perhaps preventing people from stepping out from their homes. So the Congress and other parties hoping that parties which don't really have a dedicated cadre or a following as far as voters is concerned, that these numbers will increase, and hopefully, a higher voter percentage, will emerge as far as today's polling is concerned, something that was not looking like a possibility earlier today. Rahul?
Another important factor that when we keep talking about how people don't turn out for vote, the polling percentage from compared to 2002 and 2009 dipping from 61% to 47%. What kind of choices do people have? If we look at the figures of what kind of candidates have been put up by political parties, BSP has 24 criminal candidates, Samajwadi Party has 28 candidates with criminal past, BJP has 24 men with criminal past, Congress, another major party, has 15 men with criminal past. Barabanki, we have been hearing that Congress has been hit by dissent, but also the criminal candidates is also a serious concern in the region where you are standing.
Well, absolutely, but it remains to be seen, Rahul, as to how do you actually define a criminal candidate, because whenever we approach these parties with this specific question as to the fact that these are the certain candidates that have certain criminal records against them, they use this particular fact to their defense that in UP it is not very difficult to accuse somebody of a particular crime. They say that most of the cases against their respective candidates are false cases, but as crime records show, and records which have been provided by organizations like the Association of Democratic Reforms show that there are several of these candidates who have serious criminal charges, right from attempt to murder to criminal conspiracy and various other charges that have been propped up against them. This, they say, have been propped up against their candidates to malign them. So they stand by the yardstick of the Election Commission that innocent until proven guilty. So which is why they say that it is in Uttar Pradesh. The police force has often been misused basically to actually falsely implicate candidates, people with political backgrounds in false cases. So this is the obvious defense that comes our way whenever we pose this kind of a question to any political party. But yes, the fact remains, the figures are there before everybody to see that there are some serious charges against several candidates that are contesting polls today.
Anand, also, if we look at what does this UP election mean for all the top players in Uttar Pradesh, if we look at Mayawati, for example, the general impression is that the Dalit vote is still intact, but the social engineering which she had created in 2007, perhaps that is slipping, because it seems that the Brahmins and the upper caste might not vote with the same kind of energy for Mayawati as they did in 2007. The Weavers package announced by the centre, the minority quota might dent her Muslim support. Importantly, she has tried to remove the anti-incumbency by not giving tickets to 100 odd MLAs and also removing 25 odd ministers in the last few years. She's using, for example, I'm standing here at the Ambedkar Memorial, and she's using these covered elephants and covered statues of Mayawati as perhaps I'm a poll plank. Rahul Gandhi has worked vigorously. He has been an early bird as far as campaigning is concerned. The packages for Muslims, the Bundelkhand package, perhaps are a factor. He's very young. And then comes Akhilesh Yadav, through whom Samajwadi Party is trying to remove the kind of lawlessness tag which the party had attached. Also, perhaps the party which was averse to computers is now promising laptops to young people. Also, despite all this, do you see somewhere that youth is a factor? Do you see somewhere that 4 crore voters of this state are below 30? Do you think that their aspirations, their future is the issue, or do you think that get a feeling that it's once again back to good old caste?